Live. It's going. Yeah.
Yes, the camera's working this time.
Third time's a charm. Hi there. We're going to try and keep this short and concise and to the point so that people who haven't attended the actual live stream this in a reasonable amount of time.
Not going to happen.
So, magic, metaphysics, witchcraft, sorcery, enchantments. They don't all mean the same thing, but in general, people tend to refer to them all being kind of the one thing. And the one thing is very, very the big thing. So we're just going to talk about one thing. I'm doing great, guys. Okay, so if you've been to yoga class, you've probably heard the word chakra. If you watched Avatar: The Last Airbender growing up, you've heard the word chakra. If you watched Naruto, heard the word chakra. If you've been on the internet for longer than 15 minutes and you've gotten bored, you've heard the word chakra. So in actuality, there are many chakras. I don't know the exact number. Couldn't tell you if I tried. I was feeling a 68, but we don't know what we're talking about. However, people tend to refer to the 7 main chakras. They're the popular ones. They're the most well-known ones. They're the ones that are aligned from your root to your crown.
Oh, I got it. 114 in the body.
114 chakras in the body. We're going to talk about 7. So there's other 107 out there that we don't even, cheekbones. So chakras are fairly straightforward. They are places in the body from which there is energy.
I'm so bad at this.
Energy comes from these places, it collects in these places, and they are in everyone. Everyone has these chakras. Everyone. Even dogs. Why are you groaning? Okay. Point is, these 7 chakras they each have a prominent color, which then corresponds with that person's aura to a degree, which we're going to get into, but we're going to hit up the 7 chakras first because a basic understanding of chakras and how energy moves throughout the system can help young healers, young seers, younglings moving into this. I am really bad at this, you guys.
I'm no better. I honestly really haven't studied up too terribly much. Why I'm in this video? Because I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, as usual. You're in most of my videos because you're just there.
It's almost like this was my apartment before you moved here or something.
There should be an hour in that sentence somewhere.
Well, no, it was my apartment before you moved here.
Yes, but now I live here.
So now it is our apartment. However, whenever you originally live streamed, it was my apartment. You just always so happened to be here.
Because I didn't have internet at my grandmother's house. I could only live stream here.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Chakras. There are 7 main ones that you'll hear people talk about a lot. I do not know the proper names for them because I'm a bad witch. Anyways, so you've got your root chakra, which is red, your sacral chakra, which is orange, and I am going to pronounce these words differently every single time I say them. Just so we have that established. Your solar plexal chakra, which is yellow, your heart chakra, which is green, throat chakra, which is blue, your third eye chakra, your ajna chakra, which is indigo, and your crown chakra, which is violet. People oftentimes mix up and will say that the crown chakra is white. That is not the case. Not. The color assigned to it is violet. White energy, white auras, things like that. They can have different meanings, but the 7 colors of the rainbow are what are assigned to the 7 chakras. And there are 7 colors of the rainbow because the guy who discovered them, Newton or whoever, he had an obsession with the number 7.
Newton?
Don't.
Newton?
Nope.
Pretty sure that was the guy that found out gravity. Created the laws of gravity.
Invented gravity.
Yeah, he invented gravity, guys.
Maybe it was Benjamin Franklin.
I'm also gonna look this up.
There like whenever he originally was like talking about the rainbow, he said that there was blue, indigo, and violet, and then everyone was like, "No, there's just the 6 colors, but there's actually 7." Please hold. Google is loading.
Okay.
So each of these chakras have different correspondences with different personality. Your crown chakra, your third eye chakra, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your root, and your sacral and your root. They all have different correspondences, and based on which color is your personal chakra color, and I'll get into that, it can show certain aspects of your personality or certain problems that you're dealing with. There are different layers to chakras, not chakras, auras. There are different layers to auras. There is, from what I have come to understand and the way I phrase it, I don't know if these are like official phrasings or official terms or how other people see them, but from what I've learned from personal experience and from talking to people, your personal aura color is where most of your energy starts from. Mine sits very high. Mine is third eye chakra. Hers is heart chakra. So it tells a lot about you, about where your energy comes from, where you get your power, where you move from, and how you move through life. Cat just knocked over the cat tree twice. The cat knocked over the cat tree twice.
Oh, actually, it could have been.
I'm not crazy. I'm not. I'm smart. Oh, a cat. Anyways, so it says a lot about who you are and how you act and how you move through life. So an important distinction here is that your chakras, for the most, your aura can change from one chakra to another depending on what you're going through. If you are at a certain point in your life and something truly powerful happens, powerful meaning like cataclysmic or incredibly wonderful, just depending, like something big enough to change the way you look at the world and change the way you look at yourself, like really, and not just, wow, what a great motivational poster with an eagle on it. Like actually real transformation, your aura can change and it will move to a different chakra. But that's your personal layer. Outside of that, there are multiple layers to your chakras. There are multiple layers of your aura that are connected to different chakras. You can see how a healer can use reading auras to tell if someone is going through something, or if they are sick in a certain way, or if there is, damage being done either physically or spiritually to the person. I have my whole life had trouble with my throat chakra. I've had trouble where I talk too much, or else I hold my tongue, or I was forced to hold my tongue. And I had energetic damage done to my throat chakra area. So anytime my friends were like giving me a cleanse or anything, it was always like, you need to work on your throat chakra. You need to work on your throat chakra, which means I need to pay attention to and try to heal myself at my throat chakra in order to balance my energies and become more aligned, which is what everyone should be looking for. They should be looking for balance and healthy alignment. But yeah, you can tell that kind of thing if there's damage by that, and it can happen with how intense the color is or how faint it is, the way that it's appearing, or the consistency of it. For me personally, I see auras very, very clearly. I'm very clairvoyant, which is clear sight, as opposed to clairaudient, or we still don't know the word for clairsensitive, and unless that's it, like just like touching things and like putting your hand over something. which is
I called it clear touch, which I think would be a great term.
anyways, I see very, very clearly. And and because of that, the way I interact with auras and the way I describe auras can be very different and very it can be very different than other people are used to, and it can be more intense than some people are used to, because I can be aware of not only your personal chakra color, so like your aura is green, you move from the heart, you're very emotional, you're in touch with your sensitivities, you care a lot of times your head gets overrun by what your heart wants, or you're afraid to be super emotional, you're afraid to let yourself feel things that deeply. It depends on the person, and it depends on the aura. And the aura can tell the person who's looking what's going on there. So a person who knows how to look and examine an aura can find damage or hurt or illnesses, or even just better understand the person they're talking to. There's lots of correspondences with the 7 chakras with all sorts of stuff. There are certain crystals that are aligned to your chakras that you can use to help heal or balance you if filled with the correct intention. There are herbs and foods that can do it. There are musical notes that resonate with them correctly in order to do healing and stuff like that. There are a lot of correspondences with the 7 chakras that are at people's disposals. And there are also correspondences with illnesses of the soul, ? I don't know if that's the right phrase for it. Things like guilt and insecurity. Let me see if I can find a diagram.
Your diagram. Heard it from me, everyone. That's the diagram.
Your guilt, your insecurities, your fear. Oh gosh, I have it written down in my magical book of spells. That's a huge info. That's not what I need. Sorry.
I don't forgive you.
And you can use, by working through whenever one of these problems becomes really strong, you have a blocked chakra, which then needs to be cleared and healed, sometimes by someone who does Reiki. It's better. I personally feel like it's better if you do it, because then it's you working through your problems and coming to understand yourself better and deal with yourself better. But there is nothing wrong with going to someone who has experience as a professional healer doing stuff for you. People need, it's one thing to be like, oh, I scraped my knee, I better bandage it up. And it's like, I broke my knee, I need to go to the doctor.
I broke my knee.
Hey, I have broken my knee.
Are you serious?
It's a thing that happens,
Okay, kneecap sliding out of place is completely different than like breaking it. Like shattering the kneecap is a thing.
Well, I mean, when I was walking on it, then feels different.
Okay, here are the correspondences for blocks and attachments to different chakras. Your crown chakra is your ego. Your third eye chakra is illusions and lies. So that's like not seeing things clearly, being a little delusional, not accepting the reality for what it is. Your throat is your lies. Or I have found also a prominent one with throat chakra problems is an inability to voice things, which can be like, fear of speaking, or even like social anxiety. I know someone who has like serious social problems, like cannot talk to people, and like straight blue, like bright neon, painful to look at blue chakras. Your heart is grief. If you're like so crippled by something in grief, it can block your heart chakra and it makes it hard for you to feel things. Your solar plexus chakra is for shame. Your sacral stomach chakra is guilt, and your root chakra is fear. So those are the correspondences with your chakras. I think it's important to recognize those because as healers and as witches and as people who are self-aware of ourselves, if we know what the source of this problem is and we know where it is, we can use energy healing, or we can seek out help from energy healers to help clear that and realign it, or do the work ourselves. If you can find the origin point of your problems and where in your system it is blocked, you can take the proper steps to correct it, either by, getting yourself a chakra stone that is going to help you align it properly, or eating the correct foods, or even just really focusing on the problem and pulling it apart and trying to push past it using energy from that part of the body. There's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with chakras, and it goes much deeper than I am just talking about in this video, because I am trying to keep it pretty short. But there's probably going to be a couple more videos, like proper videos, not live streams, that talk about chakras and things like that in the future. But the correspondences between your chakras and your aura, and which chakra generates your personal aura color, tells you a lot about a person. Since it's me, since it's my channel, and since I'm being open here, mine sits very high for a third eye chakra in between my crown and my third eye, because I see the world differently. Not to say that it's like, oh, I see the world different than everybody else, or like people who with third eye chakras, third eye auras, like see the world that differently. It's the way that I see the world is so heavily influenced by my formative years and by the way I interact with the world, and by not just my childhood, but what I'm doing now as an artist and as a creator and as a witch and as a pagan. The way I experience life and the way I see differently than other people see. And a huge part of that is influenced by how deeply embedded in magic my personal growth has been and my personal identity is. The crown chakra and the third eye chakra do not both represent, magic. So like if someone has like these two auras, oh, they're a magic person. That's not what it is. It has to do with a lot of things, and it can vary from person to person, but there are the 7 chakras have basic meanings assigned to them about what they represent. I'm going to consult I'm going to consult the internet, because I don't have my diagrams out, because it's a live stream and not a prepped video. We were literally on the way back from lunch, and I was like, we should do a live stream. I'm making a bird. She's doing artsy stuff. Remember that time I said that my channel was going to turn into just an art channel?
That's me.
It's her. She's the art channel.
I'm the art channel. You want to see my bird? Here's my bird so far.
She's a pretty splendid bird.
She is a heartbeat. I love her. I will protect her with my life. If you hit her hard enough, she'll take bludgeoning damage. Don't really have to hit her that hard. Please don't hit her.
There's lots of different symbols and meanings correlated to the different chakras and stuff, so it's hard to parse through and find something that's very concise that I can communicate to you guys. Okay, so in order from top to bottom, some very, very basic keywords for the 7 chakras, like really, really basic one version of keywords is spirituality for the crown chakra, awareness for the third eye, communication for the throat, love for the heart, wisdom and power for the solar plexus, and it's love and healing for the heart, which makes a lot of sense because a lot of times healers are really, truly good people, proper healers, not just magically, but like doctors and nurses and caregivers and, nannies and teachers and stuff. They're very good people. So it comes from a place of love and healing. And then solar plexus is wisdom and power. Your sacral chakra is your sexuality and creativity, your more primal urges, not just like sexuality, but like your human drives for things, your enjoyment in human activities beyond like, oh, well, I'm refined and we're humans and we're evolved, but it's like good food and good wine and good people and good experiences, very human experiences that you can't get elsewhere. And then your root chakra is trust and I don't know. The root chakra is more complicated because a lot of people will ground through their root chakra and connect themselves to earth and become like very in their bodies, very in this place, very on this earth. But it is a natural part in the alignment. If your root chakra is unaligned, there is still going to be a spiritual imbalance in your system. So I feel like saying that it's like an earthly chakra doesn't really make any sense, but it is a place of, trust. And like people always say, trust your gut, trust your root chakra. If there's something wrong, you'll feel it. And if you have trust issues, it'll cursed word. Point is, so because of the chakras and because of the colors assigned to the 7 main ones out of the 114, colors are very, very important in magic, not just for chakras and for people. The colors of candles, the colors of different types of stones, even like you got your basic quartzes, which come in an endless variety of colors, but you can get pink amethysts and blue amethysts, and they're still amethysts, but the color has changed, and therefore the power of that crystal is different. So, the color of a candle, the color of essential oils, the color of a flower, colors are very, very important in magic because there are deeper correspondences to the human system and the human function. Reds and oranges are very, very primal colors. They're very, very, earthy and natural. We associate them with, wine and berries, parties, anger as well, which is a very, very human reactionary emotion. And then yellows and greens are, considered very natural, kind of peaceful, really emotional, sunshines and flowers and gardens and parks and fields and, outdoorsy stuff. But, we really associate things with those colors, while the color blue is considered, a very honest color, very emotional, deep, powerful color. Purples, like different hues of purple, indigo, and violet, they're considered, almost magical. Like a lot of times people will just insert purple into a story to make it like seem more magical. Like, even Terry Pratchett, The Color of Magic. The color is purple, dude. That's the color that they used. It was purple. A lot of times symbolism is used. Purple is used in like fantasy and stuff. The same thing with indigos and pinks. It's a very otherworldly color and therefore has an otherworldly effect on people and draws a reaction out of them that is magical. So, the colors of things has a huge effect. The color of the clothing that you're wearing can affect your mood. The color of the clothing and your environment, the color of the food that you're eating, the color of, the world that you put yourself in. You'll hear interior designers on like home decoration movies and stuff talk about, oh, this is a very agitated color. It's very stressful. You don't want to put this in a place where you want to relax. And it's that kind of thing. But it's on a deeper level that works deeper. You can use colors to heal people. You can use colors to, heal yourself and to change things and to make things better. You can use colors to understand people and to describe yourself to them. It's like, I'm the color purple. I really am. Like a really deep, almost grim shade of purple. It's just, that's kind of what I am. And whenever I say that to people, they're like, yeah, no, I can see that. Whereas, Fiona here, she's very green. And, it's a very happy, bright, light green, like spring. And growing things, and, you know, the kind of color you would want a nursery to be. A place of nurturing and love and growth. There was screaming outside just now, don't mind it. But, you know, so it tells you a lot about a person, what their aura is like, because that's what chakra they're coming from. So.
Yeah, someone probably just like got scammed or something else.
Yeah, that's great. So that's this video.
It's not even a half hour yet. Awesome.
Yeah, this gives me time for a closure here. I'm probably going to do another video on chakras that's a little more organized. Might have a few diagrams thrown in, some more information. If you guys have any videos that you want information on, if there are things that are confusing you that you need information on, go ahead and drop a comment below or on any of my other videos. I do cater to the people who want to learn things, so that is what is up, dudes.
You okay there, bud?
It was just a sneeze.
Oh, it was a sneeze?
That was a cough.
That was a sneeze.
That was a cough.
I'm gonna leave now.
Sure I would know.
I'm gonna go. Thanks you guys for watching. No one came to the live stream. That's fine. I didn't expect anyone to. It's 5 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. Anyways, bye everybody. Thanks so much for watching. And if you have anything else that you want to see, anything you want to learn, please let us know. I have been ESB, and that was Fiona. Forrest is back there somewhere. And this has been Get Your Moonshine On. Bye!